Yo, what is up, YouTube? Alright, today we're kind of making a weird change into a different game. I know most of my content is Dead by Daylight, but I recently got back into a game that I used to play when I was like a kid, basically. And I think it's really cool and really fun, but the stage that it is in today, it's not too cool no more. So I wanted to talk about the golden era of that game. And today that game is Animal Jam. Alright, 2015 to 2018. If you played Animal Jam Classic during that time, you already know. Trading was insane, dens were packed, rare spikes actually meant something, and logging on after school felt like an event. Today, we're talking about why 2015 to 2018 was the absolute golden era of Animal Jam Classic. Well, at least for me it was, and I feel like most of the community thinks that as well, but we'll see how this video goes, I guess. Alright, first off, talking about the community. The community was so alive back then. Animal Jam actually felt alive. Every trading den was full. You had your people that were role-playing, your people that were saying adopt me, if you remember those. You would go to different servers and it would be chaos. All of them would be full. It was just filled with fun and people just genuinely trying to play the game and make friends, which is always cool, especially in a game like Animal Jam. You had your random fashion shows, your random giveaways, and trust trades for better or worse, but they were happening. There was no heavy nostalgia yet. It was just pure fun. You were still in the good days. You weren't logging on for value calculators. You weren't logging on to hang out. Nowadays, I just feel like everybody who plays has a window tab open on what certain items are worth or if they're even worth trading. Speaking about trading, the rare economy was perfect. During 2015 to 2018, rare spikes were the ultimate flex. Headdresses were legendary. I remember I was sitting there looking at someone who had a headdress, just like, bro, you were lucky, man. And then also as well, going back to the rare spikes, they meant such a big thing to me, bro. Even if I was a non-member and I still had it in my inventory, bro, it was insane. I never had enough money to be a member, for those all out there like me, but even just having it was cool. It was an insane flex, bro. But anyways, betas still had mystery value, and yes, even with all this, scammers were still around, but it wasn't as overexposed as later years. Trading felt exciting, not robotic. It didn't feel like you were shopping or at a store. It just felt cool and fun. Everybody was cool about it and nice about it. Getting your first rare spike felt like winning the lottery. Now, it feels more just like a stock market, finding the right person, or like investing. Back then, it genuinely felt like a game. Now it just feels like some weird, boring thing. I really just don't know how to explain it. Like, you go to the party events now and everything's just pretty boring. But speaking about party events at peak dens, Animal Jam dens during this era were different. Fashion shows were everywhere, dude. You couldn't go to the main part and not see anybody hosting a fashion show. Rare trading dens were full as well, 24/7, dude. There's a couple of trading dens that still people go to now, but it was nothing like back then, man. They were so packed that you could make friends in 5 minutes. You could fill your whole friends list. The social aspect was unmatched. It wasn't just about items. It wasn't just about reputation. It was just about having a good time, man. Talking to people, making friends online, and telling each other, hey, after school, get back on time at this time. It was just super cool, man. It was just like what being a kid was about, you know? Another thing too, the updates hit different, bro. Between 2015 and 2018, new animals actually felt exciting. Seasonal events were huge. Night of the Phantoms was elite. Jamala Day drops were hype. I remember there was a few Jamala Day drops where I thought the item was so cool, bro. The game felt like it was growing, not just maintaining. Every update felt meaningful and had you on the edge of the seat to see if a new animal was coming. But I know I'm talking a lot about the glory days, and the game isn't in the light anymore. It's only played by people who remember it, or you know, who once played before and are coming back randomly every 3 years, 4 years, or people who just stuck with it. And if you did, dang, that's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But what changed after 2018? Well, it's simple. After 2018, the player base slowly dropped. I mean, yeah, for the years going on, maybe up until 2021 or 2022, there was a few people playing it, but nothing like before, dude. The economy inflated due to hackers, glitchers, all of that stuff. There's a bunch of controversy and stories about stuff like that. So if you guys would like to know, let me know in the comments. I'll make a whole video about that. But it really hit the economy bad with like spikes in certain items and stuff, and duplication glitches and all that, which means rares lost value, to be honest. Well, at least that emotional value. Things weren't as crazy no more. One of the big parts that I would like to say is just that we all grew up. It wasn't that the game was necessarily crazy bad, it was just not magical anymore. It didn't really have that feeling anymore of like playing just to play, you know? And that's really just the difference. Everything just focused onto the items, to be honest. But anyways, that's the end. It was the era of memories. If you played during 2015 through 2018, you probably remember that one best friend you logged on to see every day, grinding adventures for hours, getting scammed once, and learning the hard way. The feeling of finally becoming rare. It wasn't just a game, it was part of growing up. But hey, if you played during 2015 to 2018, comment your old usernames. I'll be making a video to see your guys' account, to see who the real OGs are. So make sure you put on your rare items or anything like that. So when I make that video and I click on your account, we can see what you got to flex. And if you want more Animal Jam nostalgia content, hit the subscribe button, because honestly, it'd be cool to grow a little community around Animal Jam as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Well, my next video should be on it. But yeah, later.